one, go. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we should be live. Can you hear me?
We live. We
Yeah.
live, people. We back. We back. Hey. What's going on? What up? What up? It's RJ Fantasy Football Talk. And look, man, first of all, I want to, on behalf of both of us, we both got busy schedules and things going on, but I want to apologize for the long delay. We have not been here. You know what? It's not right. But at the same time, we're here now, so we gonna get it going. You know what it is. This is Rodney, this is Jay, this is my brother on the other end. What's up, bro,
Hey,
man?
nothing much. It's been about 2 months since we've done this. The last time we were live, I was down in Virginia, and we recorded
Yes.
from your house. And
Yes, we did.
since that time, as soon as we got back here to good old Maryland, all of the mobile lab studio has been sitting exactly where I left it 2 months ago until this very day. And so
Hey, it's
we
okay,
are
man.
we are still working out things. But hey, it's still technically the off season. If you can't tell from the countdown clock over there, we've got 55 days, 23 hours, 12 minutes, and 55 seconds to NFL kickoff. So I promise you, within those 55 days, R and J will be back up to our normal level of excellence. I hope.
Mm.
So,
We'll get there. I ain't really too concerned with it.
yeah,
We go. It's gonna take care of itself. But again, we gonna do what we do. And again, we're doing this for a long time. So at the end of the day, I apologize.
yeah.
But hey,
So
we here to talk quarterbacks tonight. And we gonna do it. We gonna get y'all ready for these drafts because really it's draft season.
right.
A lot of people start drafting already for real, but like real people know you don't start drafting about August.
Well,
It's
except for Dynasty League, I actually have had one
yeah,
draft already. Shout out to the Ground and Pound Dynasty League. I we had that draft. Ooh, probably in May. It was like right.
way too early.
Well, for Dynasty League, and it's all rookies basically, so it wasn't technically too early. But I say this: I
Okay.
did not feel the most prepared when we went in, but I think I came away with a fairly decent team. I just got some guys that need to recover from their injuries, and I think I'm gonna be set. And I made the playoffs in the first year of that dynasty. This is just the second year of the league, and so now's the time where
Okay.
you really see because hey, you in our dynasty league. I made the playoffs the first year, and I ain't been back since. So we
Yeah.
we got to
No,
see.
man. You got to get right now. You got to get right.
So we will test things out. So before we hit the quarterbacks, what's been good with
Yeah.
you? Any interesting
Mm.
news going on, or
Uh.
either personal news or NFL news? Anything been
Just man.
shining
You
with
know
you?
what I do, man. Just working, and just trying to take care of this kids and this
Right.
family, man. You know how I do, man. I try to stay out of the way as much as I can, man. I don't try to get nobody way. Um, but just basically, man, just chilling, man,
Have you,
and enjoying the off season a little bit longer than it
yeah.
usually is. But again, oh,
Have, have, have
I take
have
it.
y'all been doing any cool summer play with the kids out of school? Any vacations or
Um,
anything?
really, because we still work, so we still work every day. So it ain't like
Kids
we
on
can just
vacation,
we're
but
gonna
y'all,
yeah
right?
kids are nah we still working every day. So but we always gonna take the kids to Great Wolf Lodge and stuff before they go back to school. So
Okay.
August is probably like a big month because a lot of stuff happens in
Your
August for
daughter's
us.
birthday, y'all
Daughter's
anniversary, I think.
birthday, anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
so we going on year 18.
Congrats.
So yeah, so it's we always find something. We'll find something to do in August. So we'll just make it big for then school
Yeah.
starts. So because Chesapeake I think the last school district to start in after Labor Day, everybody else will be back in school. So
Right.
they go back, after Labor Day. So but other than that, just just working, man. How about you?
And no real big news. Just like you said, working. I've been up and down in Virginia a lot more this summer. unfortunately had a death in the family. Um, for those that know, our teacher that came in for our draft picks, her husband passed away. So actually, I'll be down again in Virginia next week, um, just to spend some more time with her. Um, Other than that, like summer plans, we don't really have any. Um, we are. I can't even call it a staycation because like it's not like we, people say they doing the staycation. You go see the local things that are going on, and you like maybe a zoo or a museum, the stuff that you. We haven't even done that. The grocery store has probably been about the peak of excitement for this summer.
Say the peak, not the peak.
Costco, man, it's a wonderful place, right? So that that
Nothing wrong with that.
that's been our big summer activity. So, like you said, maybe before the summer's over, we can pop in and do something slightly more interesting than going to the store. But we don't have any set plans right now, so we'll see
Man,
how
I ain't
that
gonna lie to you,
goes.
man. I spend a lot of my days. I be at church most of the week sometimes. With this whole new gig I got, and just helping them with stuff around their ACs and all that stuff, trying to figure that thing out. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot,
So
a lot. So yeah, and then my job, summertime ACs, we always busy type thing. So
right.
work never stops for me. So yeah,
Well,
but let's get into it, man.
we can get into it, but just to annoy you, there is a
Okay.
little bit of NFL news to chat
Mm-hmm.
about. Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift are married, so everybody
Congrats.
is so
You
excited.
know,
No,
I know Sydney is.
no,
You,
Sydney is so done still with the Chiefs, and I think that made it even
I'm
jeez.
worse.
Look,
done. I am done. I decided I'm done.
But
all the way done.
all the way done, she says. But in Kansas City, even if you're 9-2, you know the goings on of Taylor Swift, the World Cup has been going on there, so
That's the most
that
Can't watch
that's
it
exciting
because
thing
I
in
don't understand it.
entertainment right now. And I'm mad I can't enjoy it.
yeah. So we got that going on. But that's about it. Our producer is not happy with Costco being our summer highlight.
No, that's
Uh,
not
so
fun.
we're gonna definitely have to put together something before the summer's out. Like maybe
Uh,
we'll go see some water, put our feet in some sand or something like that. But
I will say this: they got we thought about it, but they got like a nice resort here down in the ocean front. I think it's by Hilton or something. But the resort is really nice. It's a little on the high side, but from pictures and videos and all that stuff, it looks nice. It's a little on the high side. So I'm just saying, everything comes with it. Restaurants there, they got all the pools it's on the ocean front. It's worth the trip, but I don't know sometimes. You know, I'd rather go to Charlotte any day of the week.
I
Yeah,
have not been
yeah,
there in years, but it is a lot of fun out there in Charlotte,
yeah.
North Carolina.
So I'd rather go there. So.
But if that being all, I guess we can start with our quarterback tiers. Now we haven't had a chance. We usually over the summer get together and we work out a list and we have everything posted. We haven't had that opportunity to do quite that, but Rodney and I individually put together some tiers today. So we're gonna talk them out, and through this conversation, we'll put together a list and we'll try to post that. But I did get a chance to look over your list you sent me today, right
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
show. We disagree on some things, but our lists were kind of close, like normal. We
But that's normal for us. We might be one or two off, and we're gonna talk about it because it's got to be a reason why you took that person over the guy I took.
yeah,
But
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
got their reason. So
Our tier
we
one
gonna
was
see.
almost identical. What I try,
Almost.
what I try to do is maybe have these posted in the chat for tonight. So for those that want to follow along with us, and then like I said, we'll put them together. We'll post them to our social media when we have a little bit more time to get things on and working. So I'll let you do the honor of sharing your tier one list, and I'll share mine. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna go Josh Allen, Lamar, Barrow, Prescott, and Matthew Stafford.
All right.
Those are mine. Um, so what we can do is we can just discuss after we figure out your list, my list, and just go from there, how we normally would
Yeah.
do.
All right. So say your names one more time.
Stafford, Barrow, Lamar,
Yeah.
Prescott, and Allen.
All right. So mine is very similar to his. He has. I have Josh Allen. I have Dak Prescott. I have Lamar Jackson. I do have Joe Burrow. I don't have Matthew Stafford, the first name you said. I have in his place Drake, my guy Drake May, because based off what he did
Why?
last year, I'm expecting even look. The only thing I think that can slow Drake May down is his coach. As long as if these scandals don't, you know, penetrate the locker room and have too many people asking too many questions and it's causing a distraction, I think that Drake May and then will go a little bit better. So since we agree on most of these, I guess the biggest
Okay.
things to discuss are the Matthew Stafford versus the Drake May in our tier ones. What's your and I think I know your Matthew Stafford. That Matthew Stafford had an awesome year last year. I struggled to not put him in my tier one. What's your thoughts?
I'm just I'm just saying. So this is my thing with it. When you like, and I'm going based off what I normally do is I try to go based off of last year because that's really all you can go off at this point is last year.
Yeah,
So when you look at the attempts, when you look at the completions, when you look at the yards, when you look at the touchdown, he beats him out in pretty much every
yeah,
category. And we're talking about a quarterback that has not one but two great receivers. Um, you can't go wrong now. I know people gonna say, well, he did that one year, and then the next year he came back to 25 touchdowns. But this is a different scenario. Like when you think about all of the time he gonna have to just throw the puka, you know what I mean?
right.
It's just so much. You can't like 4,700 yards is not a mistake, bro.
Oh
I'm
no.
sorry, you know. And he's had games of 300 plus, 4 or 5 games of 300 plus. He had a 400-yard game. Drake May had some good games, but also Drake May played weaker competition
Definitely.
in that schedule next year. So the schedule's going to be a little bit harder on Drake May this year than it was last year. So we're going to see the real Drake May if he can be, because really my consensus is this. What he did in the Super Bowl, I'm not saying that's him,
Uh huh.
but what I'm saying, what he did in the Super Bowl could be a picture of what he would look like against a harder schedule. I'm just saying.
Schedule is a huge factor. I agree with you. Welcome Lewis Bracy to the show. Got a question about the Raiders. I don't know what the Raiders are going to be with the new quarterback. We're going to do these rankings, but I will spoiler alert tell you the Raiders aren't coming up in this quarterback list till the very end because same question as you, Sam. We don't know what that's going to be. Now Drake May, I agree with you. They didn't have a big schedule. Um, the reason I put him up there is one, my man was slinging the rock. We love to talk stats, and this
Mm-hmm.
great 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns. I don't think that's a fluke. You might say, okay, it goes down a little bit, but they add AJ Brown to this group, and AJ Brown is better than any wide receiver he had on that squad a year ago. Uh, I don't think their record is. I'm with you on the level of competition. I don't think their record's going to be as good as it was last year. I would be shocked to see them back in the Super Bowl. I was shocked to see them in the Super Bowl last year. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Matthew Stafford in my tier one only because Matthew Stafford's year was, like you said, unbefreaking believable. Uh, the stats he put up: 4,707 yards, 46
47.
touchdowns. You can't do that 2 years in a row. I mean, he has to now.
But
He has two
even,
of the best wide receivers in the league, so that
I mean, I'm just
helps.
saying.
But I just have to believe there's going to be some sort of regression, which is why I don't have him in my top tier, but I do have him in my second tier. So I don't have him too far off from you. And like I said, I
Well,
almost put him out. I almost put Stafford and Drake making my tier one, but I wanted my tier one to just be 5 quarterbacks, and that's the only reason Matthew Stafford didn't make my list.
Even if let's say like even if he does regress, right?
Yeah,
In regression down, and I say down to
so,
43,
yeah,
44,
I,
100 yards, 35 touchdowns,
yeah,
38 touchdowns, somewhere
that's
around there.
still good enough.
That is still better numbers
Yeah,
than most quarterbacks are putting up nowadays anyway, which
yeah,
is insane to me because you should be able to put up 4,000 yards in today's football with all the games you play and the way offense are treated. I ain't gonna say treated better, but you
yeah.
get
But
more of a advantage on the offensive end. You should have 4,000 yards in a breeze. So for that, for 47,
yeah,
now if he clipped 48 this year, you know, if he go 48
if
and
he
just
goes
hover
up,
around the thing,
then I
I mean,
apologize
what
to
are you
Mr.
doing with
Stafford.
that?
Yeah, I will
I
say
mean,
this.
'cause
And I think when we did our too early list, I said that I slept on Matthew Stafford last year, and I won't be sleeping
yeah,
on him this year. I didn't have him in my tier one rankings, but don't be surprised if he's my number one quarterback come draft time. Because if he's sitting there at a nice spot, I'm not gonna be afraid to jump up. So for these tier one, I'm not talking 2 quarterback leagues. If you're in a 2 quarterback league, of
hmm
course you go early. But in a regular 1 quarterback league, when are you jumping to grab these this first tier of quarterbacks?
I'll be honest with you, and this is just like being totally honest. And I know it's not going to come across like a lot of people not going to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's for me, really your top two quarterbacks in any polling draft this year, fantasy wise, to be Dak Prescott and Matthew Stafford. Just off basis from last year. And if you look at the situation in both
Right.
teams, they have two basically number one receivers on their team.
Yeah.
And they have a legit running back who can catch out the backfield. So they have these guys. So I think if you really think about it, Stafford and Dak Prescott should be either your one or two, or however you want to put them. They should be your first two off the board. But to answer your question, in a just a straight quarterback lead, putting on points,
Mm-hmm.
uh, no later than the third round.
Okay.
No later than the third round because yes, you can get your skill players, but at some point you got to get a quarterback. So
I would.
it just depends on when you draft it too.
I would. Yeah. That has a lot to do with it. For
hmm
me, I would probably say no earlier than the third round. And for that, I'm only putting like a Josh Allen, a Matthew Stafford, maybe a Dak Prescott out there for that early. Um, but typically, I'm gonna probably say save my quarterback because I love to build in a 1 quarterback league. You have so many opportunities. I like to build up my skills, guys. So typically, I'm gonna try to aim for quarterback probably
hmm
around round 5 or 6, if I can get away with it.
Okay.
Depending, but a lot of it depends on the setup of the points for the league and how the people around you are drafting. But somewhere between 3 and 5 is probably my target for. I think you can get most of these tier one guys. Josh Allen is the first one I'm probably leaping out of. Um, I kind of
How do you feel about Lamar
yeah, I was,
in this
and
in this
that's
list?
exactly what I was about to talk about. I want to say I'm kind of on the fence on how I feel about grabbing Lamar early this year. Um, he he didn't have a bad year, but he didn't have that MVP year that we've grown used to. He played only 13. Well, 13 is a lot of games, but in a 17 game schedule, he you missed 4 games. He did not get 3,000 yards, and for a court like you said, you expect quarterbacks to be able to get 4,000 easily. If you don't get
Easily.
3,000, even playing that short number of games, I got to look at you a little bit strange. A lot of times you go with Lamar Jackson because you're going to get the rushing yards. That wasn't even there for him a year ago. I still have him in my tier one because I think the Ravens are going to be as good as he makes them. So I still expect him. The thing I like about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson is they basically run the show for both of their respective teams. So that's why I still
Sure.
keep Lamar Jackson high in my tier one list. But he's probably the question. Him and Joe Barrow are question marks in my tier one only because Joe
Ooh,
Barrow's hurt all the time. And Lamar
man,
Jackson
that scares
isn't
me.
as hurt, but he gets hurt. enough to worry me, and I honestly can't stand. Unlike everyone else in this tier one, I can't stand Lamar Jackson's wide receivers. If Zay Flowers is your best option, I'm not feeling it.
I think the biggest problem with Lamar is the fact that they have not really got him a.
Yeah,
I love Zay Flowers. I do.
yeah.
Zay
Zay
Flowers is
Flowers
a
is nice.
1,000 yard. He's a. When I say 1,000 yard receiver, he's a right at 1,000, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit at 1,100, somewhere around close to 12.
Yeah,
But if you asking somebody 15, 16, that ain't Zay Flowers. You ain't getting that from him. But I will say this: they need to find a receiver that can play
yeah.
along Zay Flowers, who probably big in statue because Zay Flowers is a little
He's
bit
small.
smaller. So if you can get a bigger receiver at 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there that could help Lamar, I think
Yeah.
they would be
Total
better
game
off.
changer.
Game changers. The receivers
Game
would be
changer.
there. I think that's the biggest issue with Lamar. I don't think that the running aspect is lost yet. I think
Yeah.
he's still going to do that. And I don't think he's injury prone. I just think he's got a few injuries here and there. But when you say injury prone, you're talking about Joe Barrow. Joe
The
Barrow is the
definition
one that you
of injury.
of injury prone. That's the one that scares me the most, only because if you draft him, you really gotta hope and pray this man don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Because when he get hurt, it ain't 1 or 2 games. It's like 6 games or more, or he's out for the season, or he comes back too late when you don't really need him, or you can't use him. So I don't. You still like. I don't believe in going to a draft and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna draft this guy because I feel like he get hurt too much. But at the same time, it got to be in the back of your mind, like, okay, if I go get Joe Barrow and I'm at sitting at, I'm picking one
Uh,
or two, and Joe Barrow's sitting there, do I go get Joe Barrow or do I go get Dak or Stafford, the guys that you know that's gonna be on the field, but you still get like for what he did for the games he wasn't like when he
yeah.
came back, those 3 games he put up
Yeah.
numbers. You can't deny it.
He,
So
hey,
I'm just
he's
saying
won
though, like
multiple
at the end of the day,
MVPs because he's that good.
yeah. But so at the end of the day, you really got to think about it. Okay, do I take the risk of drafting him and saying, you know what, I'm gonna live with
I'm
this,
gonna live with it.
or do you go grab a Flacco like
you
down the
back, you
line
get,
somewhere?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like a package deal. Like, do you have to handcuff him a little bit now? I don't want to sit there and say that, but at the same time, just to make sure for your sanity, knowing that you may walk out of there, he may get hurt within the first couple of weeks. You don't know. You might want to grab a Flacco for somebody else to do. So,
I feel you.
unless you're playing in a two quarterback league. So, one quarterback is different because you have quarterbacks available at that point if somebody was to get hurt, but I don't know. To me, those are the biggest question marks. Is Joe Barrow, but I think this list is really
Hmm.
he's it's a good list.
Yeah.
I just don't think Dre May after one season
He
belongs
he,
on this
he
list.
does
Yeah.
have to prove it at the third year. I give you that. Let's start tier two. This is where we had a few differences. One in the sides of our tiers. My tier one two guys for me are solid. These are my tier two are guys that are potential tier ones, but maybe a
Hmm.
question mark here or there. So I had Matthew Stafford in tier two. Jalen
Okay.
Hurts, I put in my tier two. I am a bit concerned about what he'll look like without AJ Brown, but he don't throw the ball anyway. You pick up Jalen Hurts because he's going to give you those rushing touchdowns. I have Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, and assuming he plays week one on, like they are saying he will, I put Patrick Mahomes in my Patrick Mahomes. Oh, and I have Trevor Lawrence in my tier two.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes to me is probably my biggest question mark in tier two because I'm not convinced he's gonna be ready week one, but they're saying that's what it's gonna be. So
Be ready.
assuming they're not lying and blowing smoke up my rear end, I'm gonna leave Patrick Mahomes because he's usually tier one. I put him in tier two only because I have questions about his injuries. What's your tier two?
Drake May obviously in this list. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Golf, Mayfield, Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, and Bo Nix.
Yeah. So
How do you feel about that?
hey, I was surprised by two things. One, that you had Caleb Williams in tier two
Hey,
because
look.
I know Caleb's not your
Hey,
guy, but
he's not my guy. No,
he's not your favorite.
no.
But
Right.
I appreciate the nod to his greatness. There
Eh,
was another
yeah.
surprise to me because we did I remember this one vividly when we were doing our way too early list. I was high on Bo Nix, and you did not want him anywhere
I
near
don't.
that grouping. But
The
he's there
only
now.
reason the reason I put Bo Nix there is this,
Uh,
and
I like it.
after, and the thing is, the way too early list. Yes, I didn't want him there,
Yeah,
but I had to sit back and I had to kind of because I had Bo Nix last
yeah,
year, and I know how Bo Nix does. He's an avid slow start. I mean, to the point where you pull your hair out watching the
yeah.
game, and it's like, okay, bro, when are you gonna start doing something? Like, I need these points. But then the third quarter come around, the fourth quarter come around, and it's like he starts to like should play football at that point. Now, I do think the addition of Jalen Waddle is
I
gonna help a
love that.
whole lot.
That
Um, but I only put him on this list because is no I feel like he's not a tier three with the other guys
mm,
just because of the fact that he throws the ball so much.
yeah,
Like he had over 500 attempts.
yeah. That's
So when you
crazy.
think about a quarterback that throw the ball 500 plus times, that means the offense, the coach and the offensive
Hmm.
coordinator, one, believe in him to sit back and throw the ball 30 times a game. So just the problem is with Bo Nix, again, the completions are not there.
Yeah,
The opportunity is there, but the completions are not there for him to really,
uh,
I'd say if you pick up those completions a little bit higher, if he's throwing the ball 30 times, I'm going to need at least 25 to 28 completions
yeah.
to make me feel good. But I gotta put him here because the weapons and they just allow him to throw the ball. I mean, and he got a little running ability at the same time
Yeah,
too. So I will give you that. So yes,
he had more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson last year.
yeah.
I love Bo Nix. I'm actually surprised you had him in tier two, and I didn't because I love Bo Nix so much. And
Oh, why
and
you ain't put him in
let's be
there?
honest, neither one of us were big Bo Nix fans when he came out of college, but
I wasn't.
he's impressed me. And the biggest nod I have for him is not just that he throws the ball around. He put up, like I said, many yards, almost not quite 4,000, but he was just under 4,000 yards. But what really got me over the top is you add Jalen Waddle to Cortland Sutton. I think this could be a banner year. Welcome Angelo to
Of
the
course.
show. Questioning Drake May in tier one. I give it. I get it. It was 1 year, but I would say that 1 year was way better than okay. That 1 year
I told you I
was
ain't the only
stellar.
one.
I get it. I get it. Y'all don't believe in Drake. Drake May. But
I ain't the only one. I
when
told
your
you.
full name becomes your nickname, that just tells you how great he's gonna
I
be.
guess.
Now I would say
Yes.
in this tier
I
two,
guess.
there is one guy I think could be a surprise. No, I would not be surprised if he ended up number one overall, and that's Justin Herbert. Uh, I
I don't
I don't know.
know.
Yeah, that's why he's in my tier two and not my tier one. I was surprised at you talk about slinging the rock. I was surprised at how much they let Justin Herbert throw because typically you think of a Harbaugh offense, they're gonna be
Run the
dominant by
ball.
running the ball. If they throw the ball like they did last year, Justin Herbert could be. He also didn't get the 4,000, but he almost got you 500 rushing yards to go with just below 2,000. He has Lad McConkey and Quinn Johnson, who apparently decided to be a wide receiver last year for the first time in his career.
I still don't like that.
I wish their wide receiving core was a little better. They might be able to fill that in with tight end. I don't know yet. But I'm going to put Justin Herbert as my surprise possible guy going in.
Hmm.
Not completely convinced on it. I like Drake May
I ain't
better,
convinced.
but we'll see.
I, nah, I ain't going that far. Now,
I know you're not.
I mean, because Drake May does have a better receiver.
Yeah.
Now, I say one receiver. Now, neither one of them have a great core. Like,
No.
if you asking, one, two, and three as far as receiver wise. Neither one
Yeah,
of them have that. One of them just have a better receiver.
yeah,
I just don't understand. It goes back to the Lamar situation. Why they won't get him a receiver? I do not understand, bro. Like to me, they
yeah.
could have
They had
had
some
and
in. They had opportunities in this draft even.
draft to get
Yeah,
him. But the thing is, Harbaugh builds from the O line and out, which
yeah,
he should. That's the best way to build a football team is O line and out, running backs, go from there. And I think running back position is going to be good this year. Second year running back coming in, he's going to do work. I just think Adam Conker is a little bit too small to be an X.
I
I
give you
think
that.
he needs to be more of a slot. Quentin Quentin Johnson needs to catch the football. I think he drops the ball a lot,
A lot.
but Harbaugh believes in him. So unless they plan on doing some double tight end sets and doing some stuff, because they do have a young tight end out there
Rodney
that we
Gats.
will talk about on a later show,
I like him.
who's really good.
Hmm.
But I just don't know. To
It's
me, I don't feel like it's a head scratcher. But Justin Herbert is just so good. He's one of those quarterbacks that he can do more with less. And
yeah.
you've seen that last year when he had less receivers and still did those first 2 3 games. We was shocked.
We
I was like, yeah,
floored.
wait a minute. He was throwing the ball 40 times a game. I'm like, yeah, what?
Who was this
How
guy?
about why
Right.
you ain't telling us this, bro? Like we just drafted him or something. Like, come on, man. You sitting holding back and ain't telling nobody what you plan on doing. I don't know, man. As far as Patrick Mahomes, I know City don't want to hear this, but I am a Patrick Mahomes believer. I believe he's gonna play week one,
Okay.
and I think he's gonna try it out there week one and play. I just question. I don't question the receiving core because I
I
believe in
question
Rashad
Rasheed.
Rice.
Yeah, look. I believe in Rasheed Rice when he's not
As
being a
long as he
knucklehead.
doesn't stay in trouble,
Right.
like that's the problem. He got to stay out of trouble. But I don't. I think he could be if he got a straight and narrow. He stay out of trouble. I think he would be, definitely number one receiver.
Yeah.
He's going to get you about 10 targets a game, so that would help Mahomes a lot. I just they might need a third receiver.
No. A
Honestly,
reliable
they got
third. Yeah.
somebody to stretch a reliable one because they don't have
Yeah.
that. So they have somebody to stretch the field, and they got somebody that's the actual
Yeah.
possession receiver and receive right. So you have that. You really need a slot receiver who is gonna take that middle over a little bit.
With Travis Kelsey on the decline,
Very much.
you need somebody else to fill it because they could make do with some questionable wide receivers when Travis was
Yeah.
at his peak. He ain't at the peak no unless being married is going to bring in some new life. I doubt it because Father Time is still undefeated. Uh, I have my questions with his receiving court. Now, what do you think about them not just adding KW3 to the offense, but more importantly, I think Eric Bieniemy making his
I
return.
like it.
Yeah,
Because if you think about it, their last Super Bowl run was
it was
great Super Bowl run. He was the offensive
all right.
coordinator. Now the thing is, Eric didn't get credit
No,
what he deserved. Now a lot of people never gonna give him credit just because it's Andy Reid. Which again, can you be wrong about that? Andy Reid is Andy Reid.
yeah,
Andy Reid is a great coach. He's
one
go
of the
down. He's gonna
greatest.
go
He'll
down
be.
as a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah,
So no, it's no argument there with me. It's the fact that at least somebody should have stepped up and said, we got to get Eric some. Hey, he did some stuff here. He helped us out.
uh-huh.
So, and I think if you go back and you think about Jaden Daniels' first year, was it? No, I'm sorry, not Jaden Daniels. Who was he was off coordinator? The enemy. He was a
When he
running
was the
back coach.
Commanders, he was with the
Running back.
well.
Was he running back coach or something like
Yeah,
that?
he was. He was not just a runner. I think they had him like an assistant head coach when he was there with the Commanders. But that was
Slash
with
like offensive coordinator or
that was
something.
with. It was the year before Jaden Daniels. It was the guy who ended up getting shipped out to Seattle, who no one had heard of, but he
Trying to
was
think.
killing the league. I can't. It's going to take some research to get that
I
name.
can't remember, but I know like it was an offense he was in, and they were
It was a
successful, and
surprise
they did.
at how good because it was. I think the quarterback would try to think his name of. He was like either a rookie or a second year player.
I
So
can't
he
think
was
of his
real
name to
young.
save my life.
Yeah,
It's gonna come
it'll
to me,
come to me.
but
We'll keep talking. We'll think
I
it.
feel like he never gets credit for how successful he was is building these offenses behind the scenes.
Yeah,
And I think really a big thing is going to help Mahomes.
yeah.
Um, and honestly, don't be surprised now if they bring somehow Tyreek Hill back once he kind of gets over this injury hump a little bit.
There've
I'm
been
just
rumors.
saying,
There've
think
been
about it.
rumors.
It's been rumors because even if you wanted to really, if I'm the Chiefs, this is my thinking. Tyreek Hill, the way that injury looked, it was gruesome, it was nasty.
Mm.
We all know that he's not going to be the same as far as speed wise. But the route running is
Tyreek Hill
always there.
ain't coming back.
Okay, there she
Tyreek
goes.
Hill. Yeah,
I'm late. I'm
Don't
sorry.
yeah. She says no
don't don't
Tyreek Hill.
don't count it out
Thank
now.
you for
I'm just
that.
saying
Thank
nobody's picked him
you.
up yet, and a lot of these guys don't want to come to camp anyway. Like especially
Yeah.
not OTAs, but any early camp where it's voluntary. They don't want to come to that stuff. Especially if you've been in the league 3 years, you don't want nothing to do with that. So I'm don't be surprised if they pick him up. I'm just saying, like it's some interest there,
He's
and
not
it may
coming
happen.
back. That cheap man ain't paying for him. Tyreek
Well,
Hill
I
is.
would say coming off that
He's gonna
injury, you're
come
gonna get
cheap
Tyreek
regardless.
Hill for a very big discount.
He ain't.
You ain't
He ain't.
lying.
Gonna be the cheapest he's ever been.
I'm
Uh,
telling you that man
let's
ain't
see.
paying.
I'm
But
actually
that's
surprised.
the thing.
Not Kansas City, but I'm surprised that no one has taken a flyer on Tyreek Hill at this point, just because
It's the injury.
yeah.
I don't think he's fully healthy quite yet.
No, he's not definitely. Uh,
So I think that injury was
it's
nasty,
gruesome.
bro.
It
That
was
was a
gruesome.
nasty injury. And the
But
fact that nobody really, I think it has a lot to do with that. And he's going to come at a cheap rate because, again, you got to think about it. The Dolphins actually got rid of him.
yeah,
They still got to pay him.
they still right. So you
So it
can
don't
probably
even
sign him for the
matter.
vet minimum.
Thank you.
I think it's
Like,
worth a
if
fly.
even if you get him for that, he's still going to come in and give you more than what you're paying for anyway.
Yeah,
So and he know the system, he know the coach and all that stuff. So it's a great idea. So
I will rule
that
it
could
out.
change a lot of people's mind on Mahomes.
I give you first Sam Howell. That's the name we were trying to think of. That
Okay,
was the quarterback with the Commanders when Ben was there.
he made Sam Howell look
He
like
looked
a
Sam
great
Howell looked
quarterback.
good, and then he was coaching with Ben Johnson uh, uh, last year. So that
Yeah.
he's worked on his Ben has worked on his resume. If they can add a semi-healthy Tyreek, I don't. You're not going to see the Tyreek Hill of when he was last with the Chiefs, but he can at the very least be some sort of a decoy or something. And let's see until he can get himself together.
That's all you asking anyway. You
Yeah,
ain't asking for him to
you're not
be
asking him
Tyreek
to be.
Hill
Yeah,
Super Bowl years. No, that's never gonna happen. It just is what it is. Um, but as far as that list, it's not a bad list. Now, what guy? You can give me one or two. Which guy do you see leaping from tier one to tier two in this
leaping
list?
to tier 2 to tier 1. You mean there's only one name that needs to be mentioned?
Yo,
Caleb Williams, baby. He
what?
was just
I gave
below.
you grace by putting him here.
Yes, and he should be in there. Look, he was just under 4,000 yards, doing miracles. He's
Hmm.
gonna have another year experience in office. I like his two. DJ Moore's gone, but DJ Moore was a questionable whatever with that. Uh, There was some, I think, obvious friction, but Luther Burden in there and Roma Dunze
Hmm.
and then you add Cortland Sutton, I think they are going to do some magical things with that offense. That now you mentioned Drake May in competition. The Bears are going to have a much tougher schedule themselves this coming year, so it's going to be more of a challenge. But I see him making that leap. And after we had a conversation, maybe Trevor Lawrence. I think I need Trevor. I need Brian Thomas to be what he was 2 years ago for him to make the
Mhm.
next stage. Trevor and Caleb were like neck and neck with each other in most fantasy rankings.
I will say
They're
this
two
though.
guys that could go to the top, maybe.
Brian Thomas Jr. and Jacoby Myers,
Yeah,
two good receivers. I do like that. They got a good receiving core. And even if you wanted to throw in um the cornerback that plays both sides, if you don't want to throw
yeah,
him in,
Travis Hunter. I think
Travis
he's going
Hunter.
to
You
be
want to throw
more
it?
cornerback this year, but yeah,
Well, I think Travis Hunter is going to play cornerback. Period.
yeah,
I don't see him playing offensive end unless it's on some okay 1 or 2 plays
yeah.
specialty type thing. I wouldn't even use him like that. I would use him more in the return game, more of a kickoff
I'm with that.
return type guy, and then put him on defense. That's what I would do, and it would be more even like a punt return thing. I would put him as a punt returner,
Right.
defensive kick return, whatever, somewhere in there. I wouldn't play him on offense that much because he can be utilized a little bit more on special teams in the way that the kickoff game go now. He
Right.
could probably be more dangerous there. But Trevor Lawrence, he had a great back half of the season,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I put him here, just because he really played well down the
At the end.
stretch. I
Yeah.
mean, we've seen a different Trevor Lawrence, so I will give him that. But my guy is golf. Um, I think golf is going to come out and just do what golf do, which is a shame. Nobody really thinks about golf, and golf is giving
Right.
you 42 to 45 a year, and nobody talks about golf.
I
Not
will
one.
say I don't have golf in my second tier, which is why I didn't think about him. But I'm with you on that. Here's the only reason I don't have Jared Goff. I kind of went with two schools of thought when I put my tiers together. One,
Hmm.
how good I think they are, and two, when I think you can steal them in your draft. And no matter how good Jared Goff is, he will always be slept on, and that's why I have him in the next tier below because you can always get Jared Goff. I don't know why you can always get. He is a
That's
consistent four
bad though.
thousand yard quarterback. Um, he has two of the. He has a. We talk about the wide receiver duos
Yeah,
with
two of
with
them.
it with
Lord,
Jameson Williams and the Sun God. Then add in if he's healthy, Sam Laporta, and you who the
Gibbs.
running back. You got Jameer Gibbs out there.
Lord,
He could legit be a tier one quarterback, honestly. Uh,
yeah.
but no one, like you said, no one thinks about Jared Goff. I love Jared in our two quarterback league.
He goes
I try to
late
get
every
Jared
year.
Goff. Yeah, he'll go like either late first round
Second
or
round.
early second round.
Second
And,
round, yup.
and that's the one thing about being in the back of that two quarterback league draft. Jared Goff will be there for you, and
Always.
he will always produce. Now he'll have some games that are straight stinkers, but he makes up for it with his high games. So you have to ride the roller coaster sometimes. But when you
A little
looking,
bit with him,
but
just
when
a
you're
little
looking
bit.
at the end of the season at the stats that he put up
Oh
and the
my
fantasy
God,
points you got for him, I'm with you. Jared Goff could definitely be that guy.
he's my Caleb. I give you Caleb,
Yeah.
but
But
we,
no,
we'll
no, no. Like I said, if I was looking at your list for tier two, I would have definitely mentioned Jared Goff for that question.
yeah. So we're gonna start at tier
All
three.
right, let's go to your tier three.
I got Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Tyler Shook, C.J. Stroud, Jackson Dart.
I have for my tier three, Bo Nix, who you mentioned before. I put Jaden Daniels. I was surprised you had Jaden Daniels in the same tier I did. I thought you were gonna have him higher. Now I
No,
have Jared Goff. I got Baker Mayfield, who you had in your second tier. I put Brock Purdy in here just like you did. Sam Darnold is one of those guys again.
can't
I
put him
think
there.
I think Sam Darnold is higher, but Sam Darnold is another guy I think you sleep on when you consider what he did
No,
last year. I know I haven't been a big Sam
no.
Darnold guy. I'm a believer from last year,
I think
and
I
then
think we got
I
you
put
with.
Jackson Dart in my tier three as well.
I think what you got it. I think your biggest thing with Sam Donald is that he
Uh,
won a Super Bowl.
well,
But
no,
I'm gonna
my
give you some.
biggest thing with Sam Darnold is JSN. That's
No,
that's
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you some numbers. All right. and I want you to,
Give them
I
to
want
me,
you, I'm
cause
gonna give you some numbers.
I'm gonna look at my
Because
numbers too.
when I did it, when I did the list, I looked at it and I was like, okay, he won the Super Bowl, but let me
He
look at
did.
some game logs. Okay,
Oh, you're gonna see some bad ones.
so he
Go
had
ahead.
one, two, three, four, five. He had 5 games of less than 200 yards.
Yeah.
So the problem with this whole thing is he had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. He had 9 games with less than 20 completions.
Yeah.
So what that says for me, this is what it says for me, that he is a high profile game manager at best.
I give you that.
Um,
That's fair.
because they don't trust him to per se take the game over. Now, I will say this. He's had most of his games is 15, 16, 17 completions. Now, if you ever sat and watched the Seattle game,
Mm-hmm.
JSN is getting the first 8 to 10 targets, period, in that game. I watched the game and I
Yeah.
was like, yo, they throw him the ball so
All the
much, bro.
time.
It's insane how much that work he get, bro. So, and I'm like, you know what? When you think about it, Jed, when you say Seattle, he got
Yeah.
JSN, he got Shakura, so he got all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
He should be good. What? When
Should
you
be
look
good.
at the real raw numbers, it's not really there because he has less than what? Yes, less than 300 of the completions, less than 400, well, less than 500 attempts. So I don't think when you think about a guy like him, you can't put him there because he doesn't run, so they give you the
He's
extra
not gonna
to
give you
do
that.
anything. He's a real pocket passer that doesn't do much with it, if that makes sense.
He is. I think the truth of the matter, like you said, he's a game manager. But by this third tier, I already have my starting quarterback.
True, but
I'm going
still,
for a backup, and if I have Sam Darnold as my backup quarterback, I'm loving that because one, he's got that job on lock. I don't have to worry about my second quarterback
oh,
potentially getting benched.
okay.
I love his offensive weapons. Like I said, give me JS. You could a lot of times, and you say this a lot. Is it the quarterback making the wide receiver or the wide receiver making the quarterback? We've seen Sam Darnold with Justin Jefferson, and we've seen him with JSN. And Sam
He's
Darnold is a
definitely a
lot of
receiver.
he's a lot of good when he has a lot of good wide receiver. So
That's true.
and so that is the only thing to me that has Sam Darnold in this third tier. I'm with you, but he did throw for 4,000 yards. That was your benchmark that you said you should do. He made the
Yeah, but
4,000
it's
barely, but he made it.
barely. It was barely
Yeah,
4,000. And the thing is, I'm not taking nothing away from him because
yeah,
the way the system is set up there, they have a good defense, they have great receivers. So you can't take that away. They got a good running game and they got a good old line. So
yeah.
everything is all you're doing is putting him there and saying, look, Donald, we don't want you to lose the game for us. Just go out there and give us 18 completions. We'll let you throw the ball 25 times.
Yeah,
But
they're gonna manage him. Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah,
give me 18, 19 completions. Do your 200 or less sometimes,
yeah.
and say, look, just don't turn the ball over. And that's all he does. And,
That's all
the
you.
thing is, he won a Super Bowl off us, so I can't be mad at him. But at the end of the day, when you think about, because from that list, my list, Tyler Shook for me is a better quarterback. If you're thinking about, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same situation. He's not losing his job. Nobody's coming to take it from him. And Tyler Shook threw the ball for a guy that
I
played
don't
8 games.
understand losing Rashid Shaheed because I would have thought okay maybe it was early after Shaheed was gone with just Olave there. Tyler Shook
He
was
threw the
doing the
ball
doggone thing.
500
Yeah,
times, man.
so I don't understand why he was so good, but he was. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same situation, but he just get throw the ball whenever he want to, man.
yeah,
He, what, 30, 40 times a game? And then when you think about it from a wide receiver standpoint, Olave had 150 something targets last year, which
yeah.
is insane. and nobody talks about that. Look, now I would be the first one to tell you I was not a Tyler Shook fan at all coming out. I thought Tyler
Neither
Shook
I,
was terrible. So I will apologize, but I will say this: Tyler Shook has every opportunity to throw that football around every day, all day on Sundays,
because they
and I
will
would
be an
take that over
awful
Sam
football
Donald any
team.
day of the week.
Well, here's someone closer to Sam Darnold, in my opinion. Your guy, Brock Purdy. You say game manager. I think that's
High level.
literally definition of Brock Purdy, who we both have in this tier.
Yeah.
Do you think Mike Evans gives him a chance to be beyond what he's been? And also, what's up with this Brandon Ayuk situation?
Well, uh, first with Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is a great addition, but my only problem with Mike Evans is he's only played, I would say the last two seasons,
Yeah,
Mike Evans has played 12 games. I think six
yeah.
and six apiece. He was hurt
He misses him.
2 years ago. He was hurt last year. He missed a bunch of games last year. So I think he's on the back end of his career at 34, 35 years old.
Yeah,
So I don't really see that as a major upgrade. And really, if you're really asking
yeah,
me, I think the receiving core is not that great outside of that anyway,
yeah.
because the other receiver can't stay healthy. So
I was
when you're
gonna
really
say,
thinking
if you
about it,
want to talk about missing games, he's on the right team because
yeah.
nobody in
So
San Francisco stays healthy. Literally, no
so when
one.
you're really thinking about it,
Yeah,
I put Brock here only because he's and I'm not a Brock fan. I'm a Niners fan all day long. Love my
hmm
Niners, but I'm not a Brock fan. So I would say this: he's not a tier four, obviously, because he plays in a friendly system where it may look like he looks great at times. But when he plays horrible, when he plays teams that are really good, that
yeah,
has good defenses, he looks horrible. That's the mix you get with Sam Donald. You may get a good game from Sam Donald because we can go back to Sam Donald in
hmm
Minnesota the last two games, and both of us sat here and said, you know what,
yeah,
those last two games was horrible for Sam Donald.
yeah.
I don't know where he go. I don't know who gonna sign him, and then Seattle messed around and signed him. So again, we were wrong on that. But at the end of the day, you think about it from a sense, he plays bad against good teams. He now the Arizona Cardinals
hmm
and the Jets, he beats down on those teams with no problem. Now, from a sense of Ken Purdy, Purdy was hurt, and he's been hurt two
Yeah,
out of the last 4 to 5 years with serious injuries. He's missed games. Now, if he's healthy, I think his biggest thing though is McCaffrey. McCaffrey got to stay healthy for him to be successful. And Trent Williams got to do the same thing, but Trent Williams misses so many games a year
hmm
that it's hard for him to be successful. So I think he's right where he needs to be, but I don't think he gets no better than a tier three,
no,
honestly. Now, the Brand Ayuk situation, we gonna talk about that a whole nother day, but I will say this.
right.
Don't believe what you read.
Okay.
Don't believe what people put out. And when I say that, I mean the NFL networks of the world, the ESPNs, because again, when you got an organization that's worth billions of dollars like the 49ers, they're going to work for the organization and not going to work for the players. So
Fair.
it's things going on behind the scenes that I listen to other people on like podcasts and stuff like that around the team. They know what's going on. They took the man money because he wasn't rehabbing there, but Bosa didn't rehab there. Trent Williams didn't rehab there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys did, but you don't say two words to them about that, but you say something to him. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that's a whole other conversation for another day. Just don't
Fair.
believe what you read. That's all I'm saying. Then I will say this, then we can move on.
Yeah.
If he wasn't that great, why are you still holding on to him?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I give you that. I say this: if I have a game manager at wide receiver, I'm trying. I mean, at quarterback, I'm trying to put the best wide receivers around them. I work this situation out, but we'll see.
It's like
It's
this.
gonna be interesting to see.
If you have an employee at your job and he's always constantly late for work, but you know once he's there, he gonna work. Nobody's gonna stop him from working. He's gonna do his
Yeah.
job 110%, and he's gonna be good at his job. So that being late really is not gonna really say, you know what, we just gonna get rid of him.
You
But in the
look.
back of your mind, it's like, you know what? We can't get rid of him because when he is here, he do good work.
I'll put up with it as long as your talent outweighs your
Bingo.
headaches.
So
And
again,
yeah,
if he wasn't that talented,
right.
why is he not cut yet?
Good point.
Okay.
All right, tier four. Um, I got in mind, and I'm gonna pick up some of the guys that you had in tier three. I had Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud. I put Daniel Jones in here with a question mark beside him. Uh, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, whatever you want to call him. Before he got hurt, he was balling.
Okay.
I have Bryce Young in my tier four. Tyler Shook, Cam Ward, Aaron Rodgers, and I put Jacoby Brissett in here. To me, this tier four for me are all guys that I like, but they need to prove something to me to see how good they can possibly be. I'm baffled on the Jacoby Brissett situation, in as much as good. Give him Kyler Murray's yards from last year, and he's a 4,000 yard passer a year
Pretty
ago in
much.
that system.
Yep.
He was phenomenal. He kept them afloat, and they would not name him
I
the
want to pay
starter.
him.
They would not get his contract situated. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna bench him for Carson Beck?
Well, you see my
Okay,
tier five,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. You
I
see
like
my tier five.
this. I like this. Has to be negotiations because this is the dumbest thing I've seen this season, this all season. This is to me, it's even dumber than the Brandon Ayuk situation. The Cardinals got to figure this thing out. Who's your tier four?
Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Geno, Sam Donald, Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Malik Willis.
Yeah,
So, question for you: between Cam Ward, Bryce Young, which young quarterback? And I'm gonna even throw Malik Willis in that bunch too.
don't do it for
What
me. You can leave him out because he's not going to be my answer. But keep going.
I mean, you still got to answer the question.
I
Come
mean,
on.
yeah, but I'm just saying you can already eliminate Malik Willis from my answer.
Okay, okay. I give you
If
that.
you're gonna leave Bryce Young and
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, what's the question about him?
Which one makes the biggest leap this year as far as because and I'm gonna put it in the terms of this. Bryce Young is pretty much playing for a contract extension this year because
Yeah,
he didn't get one.
100%.
Cam Ward is in his second year of a rookie deal, but teams generally start thinking about okay, we're gonna lock him in after year three or around year three. So which one of those quarterbacks make a leap? I'm gonna say I want to say tier three, but let's play some games here. Which one of those quarterbacks you can see possibly making it to the bottom of tier four? I mean, tier two.
To bottom of tier two. Well, let me go with the question I thought you were asking first. I thought you said who makes if it was strictly who makes the biggest jump from last year to this year. It's easily Cam Ward because I think
Okay.
with a year of experience and they got him a wide receiver of note because his wide receiver squad is terrible. I think with Cardinal Tate, you're gonna see a big improvement in Cam Ward. But if it's gonna be who's gonna make that jump to possibly bottom of tier two, or even
Play
I
some
would say,
games. I want to know.
or even if I say top of tier three, I'm gonna give that edge to Bryce Young simply because of the wide receivers around him.
Okay.
Cam Ward has one. Uh, Bryce Young,
Yeah,
I
Bryce
think
got a
has
couple of
two.
them.
He's at least
Yeah.
two, and maybe two
Oh
and a
yeah.
half, 2.5.
Woo! He
Uh,
got. Hey look. He got some young bulls out there, and they're
yeah,
not small. They are
he got
6'3" guys out there, like big guys, especially Ted McMillan. We ain't even talking about him.
yeah.
He definitely.
Tet's that dude, and you know me from 2 years ago. I'm a coke head, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
give me
Jalen
Jalen
Coker.
Coker. I have
Yes.
him in every dynasty league.
Jalen Coker.
I'm a Jalen Coker fanatic, and
So when
so
look, I'm with you on that. The
yeah,
receiving core, that I feel like honestly, Bryce Young has
yeah,
better talent around him than a Cam Ward does.
definitely.
And from a team perspective, now even the receiver, and we ain't even talk about my boy from
Hmm.
Colorado who's sitting. who's a
Oh yeah,
speedster
yeah.
at five
Horn.
foot
They got
eight. But
Horn there.
yeah, so you got him and you got those two big boys and you got Horn in the slot. He got some wide receivers out there. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like you
Bryce
look,
could
I ain't
Bryce could do some work. I when I looked when I was looking at the stats, I was like, that's all Bryce Young threw for? Because I could have sworn he should have more than what he did.
he
Uh,
should.
he should
But
have
you
more.
know,
That's why
I
he.
think
But that's why he's this low in our rankings is because we he needs to do more with the weapons around him. Uh, we'll see what
yeah,
happens
and
with it.
I think he makes that leap.
I hope so.
I just Cam Ward is a bigger quarterback
Yeah,
compared to him, but I feel like at the end of the day, both of them are even on an even playing field at the moment.
yeah.
It's just Cam got to prove more. Cam
If
did throw the ball a lot, but Cam also didn't complete a lot of
he did
passes.
not complete. He had some
So I
good
don't.
games towards the end, but he had a whole lot
Yeah,
of stinkers. If you ask
yeah,
me, Dynasty League, I have Cam Ward, and if you ask me compare Cam to Bryce Young, I go Cam all day. I think he's a better talent. He has the
hmm
size for one. I've never been a fan of Bryce Young's smallness. It's too Kyler Murray ish to me. Um, but right now, like you said, I like the talent around Bryce Young. I still think the Titans are very limited. Even adding the Carnell Tate, it's not
I don't think it's
the
enough. I think
pantry
it's the
is
beginning of
slim.
something.
Yeah, that's the beginning, like you said.
Yeah, it's the beginning of something.
Give that hopefully give that management another draft or some free agents. Maybe they make that team good, and next year is the Cam Ward breakout year. But this year I'm gonna give it to Bryce only because of one, he's playing for the money, uh, and two, he's
Got
got
to
the
get it.
talent around him.
Well, with Cam, I think they have to. If he doesn't have a good year,
Hmm.
just say he has a mediocre year this year. I don't need them to look to 27
Yeah,
for a quarterback. I
no,
think
no,
you gotta give it I ain't gonna say see it all the way through, but you
but you
gotta
gotta
give it at least 4 years. At
you
least
gotta
four.
put some talent there, right? It's like I can't
I
judge
mean
him
that part too, yeah.
if I'm judging him off that team. That's a me problem. That's
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, 'cause I feel like they'll be the type to and I could be wrong, but they might be the type to say, you know what, we ain't really year one you was okay, year two you was okay. Year three is a make or break year for him, and it's like, okay, we ain't gonna give you year three. And I hope they don't try to move off of him
Yeah,
after year three. I just think you gotta give it, you gotta see it through.
yeah.
And everybody keeps talking about 27 draft, but 27 draft really might not be some quarterbacks coming
Look,
out, but
look,
like,
everybody ain't gonna get that player. So
yeah. So I
um,
don't know.
let me ask you one more thing about this tier four before we go. Hanging it up after this year is Aaron Rodgers. Uh,
Good.
Last year in the before the season started, I said Aaron Rodgers is your steal of the draft because you're gonna get him lower than you've ever gotten Aaron Rodgers. He still put up over 3,300 yards. 24 touchdowns isn't great, but is he another steal this year in this final
I
year
mean,
of his career?
I would if you're looking at from a rule of thumb of mine is
Hmm.
at this point, if you can get a quarterback at this point, he got to be a starter. He got to not be able to get benched. And he meets those qualifications. He's not going to get benched, and
Hmm.
he is your starter. We know that. What you get for him from a week to week basis, we're never going to know
Yeah,
because I think he had one game over 300 yards
yeah.
last year.
He had a bunch of stinkers.
He had a bunch of
Yeah,
stinkers, and it wasn't great.
yeah.
Now he's a three only because his job is secure. Like he ain't got to worry about getting benched. That's what makes him a bona fide three or a backup quarterback in a one quarterback league.
Yeah.
So if you drafting one in a one quarterback league and you got your top dog and you want to wait around and build your team up and then Aaron Rodgers sitting there, hey, go for it. Because he'll be a quality backup for 2 bad weeks or whatever, how
Yeah.
you want to do it.
However
One
you want to
bad
do
week,
it.
whatever you need from. But if you're asking him to play week, complete every week for
Yeah.
you,
I,
I
I
don't think that's gonna help you.
I leave Aaron Rodgers in free agency in a one quarterback league because you'll be able to pick him up anytime in the season if you
Pretty much,
have an
yeah,
injury or something. If I'm in a two quarterback system, like you said, if he's my three, I'm elated because, like you said,
yeah.
you
Over
for
Malik Willis
yeah,
and all these other
all
guys,
these
yeah,
other guys,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You can't beat that. No,
he's a still to me at that level of where you're going to be able to draft him. Uh, but like you said, keep your expectations low because
yeah.
it ain't gonna
So let
be.
me ask you this:
Yeah,
one last question about this group.
go for it.
Um, Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah,
What are you gonna? Because technically, I don't want to say they had best years, but like up to their
they
standards,
were disappointing.
disappointing.
I have C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love in my tier four, uh, only because I had Jordan Love I think in my tier one like 2 years ago or something like that.
Hmm.
C.J. Stroud similarly. I've been disappointed by them enough that I'm done with the high expectations. They are two guys that I would not be surprised if they were one of the league leaders. I wouldn't be surprised if they were, I wouldn't say at the bottom, but 16 or lower wouldn't surprise me either. Um, Problem with CJ Stroud is I love Nico. I don't love everyone else. I like other wide receivers on that team. I don't love them. Problem with Jordan Love is he still to me doesn't have a bona fide number one. He has
The issue there.
he has one A through one C on that league on that team,
Look,
but
yeah,
you
and
kind
they
of
just
need
paid a receiver
you
a
need
bunch
a
of
guy.
money.
And he doesn't have a guy. He has a whole bunch of guys, and none of them really raise the
Well,
level of the team on their own.
they got rid of two receivers this year. I
Romeo
think
Dobbs is gone. Uh,
Romeo Dobbs and somebody else is gone,
yeah,
and they paid another receiver. But I
yeah.
think the one they drafted last year, Golden,
Golden
is
should
supposed to
have a
be that number.
step up. He was supposed to be last
He's
year.
supposed to be that number one guy. It could be he could be the number one guy this year because they did get rid of. They had a receiving room about 7 receivers, and
Yeah,
all of them was second grade, B grade
Dontavious
receivers. They want
Wicks, I think, is gone, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
Wicks is gone
Yeah,
and
so it's
Dobbs
Jaden
is gone.
Reed, Christian Watson, and Matthew Golden. One of those is the top guy. Christian Watson is great when he's healthy. He's not
That's the
most of the
problem when he's
time.
healthy.
Jaden Reed was hurt a lot last year. Matthew Golden was a rookie, so I'm gonna give him a slight pass.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah, maybe like you said, maybe Golden elevates it in his
I
second
think
year.
Golden should
You
be the
see
guy.
better.
If you ask me,
Yeah,
Golden
he
he's
should
six what
be.
six
I
foot
think.
6'1",
Yeah,
6'2".
all, all,
He
all,
should be the guy.
all the tangibles are there for him to be the guy. I'm with you
Yeah.
there.
So I don't think I think both of them gonna have bounce back years. I think
I
especially
hope so.
CJ. The problem with CJ, they did work on the offensive line
Yeah,
through the draft
that's
this
that
year.
was a big problem last
That's a
year.
big problem for them. They
Getting
couldn't
sacked too
block for
much.
him. But I do think at the end of the day, when Nico is healthy, he's good.
Yeah,
That's the thing. And I think they just need to find a good second receiver
is
who
Tank
can be
Dell
there and
gonna
help.
play this year? Maybe I don't
No,
know.
bro.
I don't.
Tank
I
their
don't.
injury was
Yeah,
so you talking about the Brandon you injury and the Tyreek
yeah,
injury. That his injury was even
yeah,
worse. Like
yeah.
that,
He missed
yo.
all of last year,
They saying that's
and
a 2 year
I don't.
injury
Yeah,
recovery from.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be fully healthy to play football for another year or so. To be honest with you, so for me, I would say no. Um, but they still got to find a
Yeah,
receiver. But the one thing they did do is they fixed the line. So I think,
that
and
should
then I
help.
think it was that I guess you want to call it a sophomore slump or jinx or whatever type of thing for C.J. Stroud. But I think C.J. is gonna be just alright. He gonna be alright.
Can I add
But
another thing they did?
what?
My man Monty.
Hey, look, I don't even want to talk about him because me and you gonna be fighting for Monty
Oh,
this year. Don't
when,
even worry about that.
when we do the
Nope, nope,
look, when we do the
nope,
running
nope, nope.
back tiers, don't be surprised if I go all Monty. I'm giving y'all the full
Monty, look,
Monty. Trademark
word
that.
out of camp.
Trademark
Word
that.
out of camp is Monty gonna be a 3 down back this
Yeah.
year. So we gonna we
That's
We gonna see. They talking high for Monty this year.
he
And if
gonna
we
be a
going
problem.
if we going anywhere based off what they do with like they did with Aaron Foster,
uh
bro, like forget it. Man, like if you don't know about Aaron Foster, bro, like
yeah.
you don't need to be playing football or
That's
playing fantasy
fantasy
football at all.
from a decade ago. But
Yes, if you don't know
yeah,
about Aaron Foster, bro, forget it, bro. But I'm just telling you, if they line him up like Aaron Foster, just look,
I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
you know what Aaron
Look,
Foster did,
I
bro.
might be a Texans fan this year. Just be ready.
Look, all I'm
I'm
saying
gonna
is
still
this.
have the silver and black, but
All I'm saying is,
my,
people,
I've been with
go do
Monty
your
since
homework
his
on
rookie year. So
go do your homework on Aaron Foster and look how they used him.
yeah.
And he was undrafted, by the way. Like they
Hmm.
found him on the scraps, and he came in and did work. Those 2 years, Aaron Foster could not be touched, bro. Trying to tell you. So yeah, Monty gonna do some work though, bro.
Yeah,
We ain't even,
and
I
he
don't
can
even want
help
to talk to you
them.
about Monty. Nope.
He can give some assistance to CJ Stroud, so it's gonna be fun to see.
We'll
We
catch
got
out the
one
backfield,
last
bro.
tier. I've been putting them in the chat. Warning. I am not putting this bottom tier in the chat because all of these
Yo, why
guys are
not?
scrubs.
You have to, man. Come
No, I would
on.
not type a look. We're gonna post this. We're gonna get together this week and finalize our 2 tier list into one. And I put them in that social media post. I'm not bothering. Don't you dare put any of these players on this bottom tier on your fantasy football team. I don't
First of
care
all,
how
people,
desperate you
no.
are.
First of all, this is a handcuff list.
The
Mine was a handcuff list. I don't
Mine
know
are
what he
mostly
did.
mine are all handcuffs and guys that I wouldn't draft if they were my cousin. I'm not picking. And I start off by saying Malik Willis. You know who Malik Willis reminds me of? And I'm sorry to have to do this to Malik because I think he potentially could be good. But same team, Green Bay, Matt Flynn. You remember how Matt Flynn hit that one dynamite game, and then the Seahawks paid him a butt ton of money, then the Raiders paid him a bunch of money, and he didn't start for either one of those teams because he was straight garbage. I don't think Malik Willis is straight garbage, but the fact that somebody made him the starter off of I think 4 games he played last year for Green Bay.
2 of those games he came in at the end, and the 2 games he started. I would say, look, you know what's even funny about that? I looked at the stats right. He threw the ball 11 times.
Yeah.
He threw the ball like 18.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I say, literally, if you watch the Packers game, I think Aaron Jones ran the ball like 30 times in both of those games. He 35 times. He got the ball so much, it was insane. They didn't let him throw the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you like this. The person that's going to benefit the most out of all of this is A-Chain, bro. A-Chain is going to have a monster year.
I'm scared for A-Chain because I'm scared he's going to get hurt. Because have you looked at the wide for picking my quarterbacks? I looked at everybody's wide receiver core. I couldn't name a single wide receiver on the Dolphins right now. No, I can't.
Washington. I had Washington last year.
Okay.
Washington is a kick returner, third receiver type player. Yo, he was giving you like 20 from a kick return standpoint, but he's the number one. It's never gonna work there, bro. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, the crazy part about all of this is he literally threw the ball 11 times.
Yeah.
This is what don't make no sense. They gave that man what $30 million, $40 million.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, they absolutely stupid.
The
Something's wrong with
Dolphins are a joke of a franchise, and this is coming from a Raiders fan. Joke of a franchise right now, also, but getting better. Hey, Nita, good. Glad you was able to join us. I know she won't go like that Josh Allen in the top tier part.
Like that.
Sorry, we got to do what we got to do. But Malik Willis, congratulations. You cashed out, and
hey, you good for the rest
more
of your
power
life, I'll tell you
to you.
that.
Laugh all the way to the
put
bank.
the list up, man. Come on, you gotta get.
I'm not typing these names. Say your guys. Who's in your bottom tier of losers?
Hey, look, these are not. So these are basically guys all handcuffs. So if you get one, you better go get the other. Tua and Penix. If you get Tua, go get Penix. If you get Kirk Cousins, go get Mendoza. If you get Shador, go get Watson. If you get Brissett, go get Beck. If you go get Kyler, go get JJ McCarthy. I'm just telling you now.
Or
Because one of those,
don't get
or
any of
what?
them. Unless it's in a 2-quarterback league and you're desperate for a fourth, and I mean fourth quarterback, then you got to grab one of these
Hold on.
guys.
Let me ask you this. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this, man. Okay. Say somebody get Tua. Somebody go get Tua.
Shame on you. Well,
No,
I say this.
wait,
Somebody in Atlanta is going to put up some numbers because Drake London is legit. Kyle
We have
Pitts, I
wait
think
a
he's
minute.
going to be, but go ahead.
Somebody go get Tua.
Uh,
Say they go get Tua, and they be like, man, Tua gonna start. Whatever. They just in their head, they think Tua gonna start. You do that, right?
It's a
Would
good
you
gamble.
go get just to mess him up? Would you go get Penix down the line somewhere?
Depending on how my team is set up, if I got a free spot, yeah, I'm gonna. I say this for each one of these
You gonna
players.
jam 'em up like that?
And by the way, my bottom list looks exactly like Rodney's. I have all these handcuffed guys, but I put Malik Willis down in this league because he is the black Matt
disrespectful.
Flynn, and I put
He's
Geno
a starter. What are we talking
and I
about?
put Geno
He's a
Smith
starter.
down in this tier because
Geno's a starter.
what Geno Smith did to the Raiders, he should be in prison for the atrocity he did for the Raiders last year.
So you own this now.
And
What
now
you
you
doing?
put him on
you
the
starting this early?
Jets. You
starting this early now?
I'm
This
starting
what
it
you doing
now. He's Geno is look.
It wasn't Geno's fault. They traded him.
Mess around, Geno will be on my dead to me list. That's how bad.
He already
was.
did. You put him there already.
No, I haven't put him there. I only have one person on my dead
You
to me
put him
list.
on the bottom tier.
He's on the bottom tier where he should be because
He's a starter. What are we doing? This man threw for 4,000 yards one year. You talking about this man on the bottom?
What did he
tier.
throw for last year? Barely
He wasn't
3,000.
that great last year, but that's not the point.
19 touchdowns and more interceptions than you can count is what Geno Smith did last year. And now you put him
can't
on
do
the
Geno like
the
that.
Jets. I say this.
Is Geno a starter?
Geno is a starter.
Who is Geno backup?
I looked it up. I did not.
They don't have one.
I told you I couldn't identify any of the wide receivers for the Dolphins. I looked at this list of names on the Jets quarterbacks. I was
Who's
like,
the backup?
never heard of them. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. So
Okay, and let me ask you: is Geno gonna get benched this year?
I don't see how he can. I don't.
All right. So how do you have him at the bottom tier and Geno's the starter?
Because
He's a
Geno
starter.
Smith.
He's a bona fide starting
Look,
quarterback for
I say
team.
this: Garrett Wilson is better than any wide receiver the Raiders had last year.
Okay.
What else is there? I love Brees Hall,
Garrett Wilson.
but I don't think Brees Hall is going to really help him with the passing, except for
He catch out the backfield.
distraction. He catches out the
Catch
backfield.
out the backfield. So he got Brees Hall. He got a receiver.
I see this. Geno Smith can't be worse than he was a year ago. There
And
you
you
go.
got him in the bottom tier with
That's where he belongs.
Malik Willis. who
Are
we
you
know doesn't throw the ball.
drafting Geno Thomas? I mean Geno
Geno
Smith on your
sitting
team?
there as a if Geno's sitting there as a
Is he your third? Is he? Because I know you're not drafting him in a one quarterback league. Is he your third
Not
quarterback?
I would draft Geno as my third quarterback because I know Geno is never gonna get benched because you can't name the backup. They don't have a. They tried to pay Russell Wilson $10 million to be the backup, and he said no.
He
I'm
said,
going
"Nah."
to TV. He said no. I'm going to CBS on a 10-year deal to do TV. That is the part that you don't understand. They have no backup. He
They
couldn't even name him.
he's got job security. I give you that.
Okay, so when you
So
think
want
about
me to,
it,
you want me to lift him out of tier? I tell you what, when we do this final listing, I will take Geno Smith and Malik Willis out of my bottom tier, and I'll put them up. I don't believe it. I wouldn't draft either one of those guys. But if I had to,
that's what I'm saying. Malik Willis. Who is Malik Willis backup? Do you know?
No idea.
I don't either because it ain't one.
No, is that
So Malik
what's his
Willis-
name? Is he still there? The guy whose name I can't think of.
No, you talking about it was in college last
Yeah.
year from Texas?
I can't remember what his name is.
He went to Texas. I know you're talking about.
he played a
but yes,
couple.
he's there. But
Yeah.
Malik Willis is getting paid $20 million a year.
I don't know.
Something.
They're
He's not getting
starters.
benched. They're stupid.
They're
He ain't getting
starters.
benched. They're starters. I mean, they're every week starters now. Hey, I'm not gonna tell y'all what he gonna do. I'm just telling
Yeah,
y'all they're every week starters. So you can't go wrong with
yeah.
an every week starter if you need a quarterback for the week.
If you need a third string quarterback in a two quarterback league, Malik Willis and Geno Smith are serviceable. Is that
All it
fair?
is.
Can I
Now,
say they're serviceable?
if you're telling me Kirk Cousins and Mendoza,
No,
then you got an
I'm not
argument
drafting.
there.
It's too much. Like you said, you're gonna get screwed over because if you don't get both, someone's gonna get you. Uh,
Somebody go,
Comments on our tier one. There's a lot of Josh Allen hatred over there, which I get.
you
I
see it.
understand.
It's a lot.
And
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford, yes, is the only Super Bowl winner in that list. But I don't
that was
care about
me.
Super Bowls. I don't care how good your record is. I care about fantasy points and fantasy points only. And everyone in
Okay.
that top tier, except for maybe Joe Burrow because he only plays half a season. But if everyone in that top tier is healthy, they're going to give you monster fantasy football points. That's why they're
And
all.
Matthew Stafford, that.
That's what. And he's in the top tier. You put him there. I just have Drake
Not of
May.
yours though. He's not of yours.
Maybe we'll combine. We'll put both of them in the final
Hey, we'll
list.
look at that.
We can have Drake
You know,
May, Drake
that's a,
May in that top tier, along with uh,
Drake. How do you call
Drake
somebody
Drake
Drake
May
May?
May. That's his name.
His,
That's
na-
his,
uh,
that's what his
uh,
mama named him.
not May May.
Drake May
Drake
May May.
May.
Drake May May.
Okay, Drake. Okay, whatever. You got that one. You
Yeah.
got it. You know.
Jalen Hurts, and by the way, just commented, Jalen Hurts is in the third tier. I think is he in your second tier? He's in somebody's second tier.
He in my third tier.
Is he in my second? What did I put you in? I had
He
Jalen
in my
Hurts in
third.
my second tier. So
He in
and
my third
the
tier.
reason Jalen Hurts isn't tier one is because he doesn't have AJ Brown anymore, and I think
And he stopped running.
and he stopped. Let me ask you this though, since Nita brought up Jalen Hurts.
Hmm.
Are you fully in on Devontae Smith as a number one wide receiver?
Yeah,
Okay.
hands down. He's a little small.
And
On the
that's
smaller side.
he's Zay Flowers to me.
But
And he's
what
phenomenal, but he's
the
small.
thing about the thing about Philly, they drafted a receiver.
Yeah,
Unlike
they did
Baltimore.
pick up
Lemon.
Lemon.
whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
Lemon is his name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Picked up Lemons. Lemons is a great receiver out of college. He gonna do work. He gonna step right in and do AJ numbers, or probably better. And
Ooh, better.
He's not,
That's
I mean, AJ, he looked like he won't happy the last
he
year or
was not.
so.
Look,
So
him
he
reading
pretty
his
much.
book on the sideline was not just merely to exercise his mind.
And then
He
you got to
was,
think about it. When the last 4 games of the year, when they kept throwing him the football, they kept losing,
they forced it
again,
and it didn't work. Yeah.
and it didn't work. So Lemon gonna come in and shut his mouth, do his job, and catch footballs. It's 5 to 6 a game, and Devontae Smith gonna get his 5 to 6 because Devontae Smith don't complain. So he gonna come in and get his, and both of them gonna get theirs. Hope Jalen go back to running a little bit more
Right.
and go from there.
Oh,
Who knows?
we got AJ Brown as a clown. Ouch.
Ooh,
It was just-
man.
Nita coming out with the daggers.
Hey, and look, I know we ain't been on it a long time, but Lord, I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, AJ is gonna probably do work in New England. He gonna get
should.
100+ receptions. You know. Now I do got one for you, and it's not a quarterback; it's a receiver.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the receiver that went to Buffalo? He was with Chicago.
Oh, DJ Moore. Yeah.
DJ Moore.
I
How do you feel about
I love
do
it.
you think DJ Moore steps into that role like a Diggs did a couple years ago,
Yeah.
where he just
uh,
jumps in and gets
that- that-
1,400 yards?
that was gonna be my exact comment on DJ Moore. I look, DJ Moore was good in Chicago. He was good with the Panthers. DJ Moore, I dare say, is with the best quarterback he's had in his career, with Josh
agree with
Allen. And we've
Yeah.
seen what he can do with someone like a Diggs. I think he does the same thing with Moore. Ask me who's going to be the number two. I guess Shakir is the number two.
Here's the two, yes.
Yeah,
But I was trying to explain to somebody. They was like, man, I don't know, man, DJ Moore, because he gonna, he a little bit old. I'm telling you, I said, let me tell you something, man.
he-
DJ Moore is gonna come there and get peppered with so many
Yeah.
passes, bro. He gonna get about 10 targets a game. It's gonna be insane. He gonna put up Diggs numbers the first year. That first year
Yeah.
Diggs in Buffalo, 13, 1,400 yards. That's what he's
Yeah.
getting because they have nothing else outside the security to throw to, bro. Nothing else. He is the
They
bona
have
fide number one.
tight
He got to
ends
worry
that
about
are
nothing,
decent enough.
but
Not
they need to
they're
stretch
not.
the field.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You got to stretch the field, and he's gonna do that.
DJ
He's
Moore's
gonna
gonna
get
eat.
1,400. Bro, this could be
He's gonna eat,
crazy. And the crazy part is DJ Moore gonna go so late you ain't even gonna realize it.
and that is the beauty of
Man,
fantasy football. And that's why every year I don't go high on. I might pick one wide receiver early, but after that, it's just gonna be guys you can pick up
bro,
for the
DJ
low level.
Moore
DJ Moore
don't.
is one of them. You're gonna
He gonna
steal
go
DJ Moore.
probably so late nobody's gonna think
Yeah,
about it because I guess they looking at he's almost
he's
30 or something like
he's
that,
getting older.
and they look. Yeah, but he gonna get so much work there. It's gonna be insane how much work he gonna get.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't wait because if I can get a chance to get him, I'm gonna get him. Don't even worry about it. Nope.
You said we're fighting over Monty. We might be fighting over DJ Moore too.
Oh, you ain't getting Monty,
I'm
bro.
all
Don't
in
even worry
on
about that. I'm
it.
telling you,
We shall see.
you ain't getting Monty, bro. I'm telling you, you could try to get Monty. We in a lot of leagues together, so you might get me in one, but you ain't gonna get me in all of them.
We gonna find out.
We go okay, all right. See, we normally draft right beside each other most years anyway.
Yeah.
So don't let it happen this year because if you don't get them before I get them on the come around, you in trouble. Don't even worry about it. Just saying.
I say this. I already have Monty in our dynasty league, and
Can't do nothing about that.
somebody actually made me a trade offer for him.
Tron,
I think it was Tron.
more than likely, yes.
But statistically, it has to be him, right? But
It does.
I say like this: don't nobody ask me for David Montgomery in that league because he is going to put it. I finally feel comfortable that I have solid running backs in that league. This might be the year that I take over the dynasty league. I've been
I'm
waiting.
sitting it. I need Brandon Ayuk for a 6 rounder. Can we talk?
I say this: the price on Brandon Ayuk has probably gone down more than it has
I'm
at
giving
any
you a
point.
6 rounder. Can we talk 6 rounder? Because I believe he gonna play this year. I'm just saying, can we do 6 rounder?
He is like the biggest wild card out there.
That's fine. I'll take that wild card because I got mad
Him,
receivers.
Tyreek Hill, and I guess Stephon Diggs
Yeah.
are all some wild card wide receivers that we have to see
Let's
what happens.
look. I don't care about picks. Can we do a 6 round? Easy. I'm just saying.
Hey, put the trade offer in and see what
I,
happens.
I even throw you another receiver back that I don't want for real.
You can't say that on that. You just bargained yourself
he
out.
but he actually gonna play this year.
You just said
Like we don't know.
You just said
we
it's a
don't
player
know.
I don't want. How's she gonna accept
No, what
that?
I'm saying is I have too
You
many
messed up.
receivers. I have a ton of receivers. Honestly.
You can't.
You
clean
know
up.
my receiver core over there is crazy.
It is, but you just bargained
crazy.
yourself out. You got to do better.
I'm giving you a player to pick for a guy that you don't even know if he's gonna play. I'm just saying. Do you think he's gonna play this year?
Do I think Brandon Ayuk's going to play this year?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Commanders were his best shot. It seems
He's
like
still gonna go there.
you still
trolling,
think it'll
bro.
work out.
Oh, he's trolling. He's trolling hard too,
All of it under the water under the bridge later.
bro. Let me tell you something. They probably sitting back like me and you talking like, bro, we gonna go in there, we gonna troll, and we gonna say something crazy, right? I'm
We
gonna say
gon-
something about you and your mama.
We're
and
going to
then,
make it
the
seem
wild-
like you're not wanted
it seem
to get you out of there.
yeah, because the only,
That would actually be hilarious.
bro, I'm trying to tell you, if it ever comes out, they gonna do a 30 for 30, and they gonna be like, hey, we was trolling because the 49ers, they trying to hold me hostage, and they ain't trying to let me go. They trying to trade me for a 6 round pick. They trying to get some picks for me, a pick now,
Yeah.
a 6 round pick or a 7 round pick for me. But I've been trying to go to Washington. So what if we do this? What if I say, yo, you're a mama's boy and you can't do nothing about your mama, and then we go from there, and you just be like, you know what, man, I can't stand you. I ain't picking up the phone no more. I don't do work like that. And then you'll be like, He'd be like, yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Then your mama can get involved and say, well, I don't appreciate what Brandon you said, and then all of a sudden they just cut me. That's how it works. Because think
That,
about it, in about the day of 15 and about 9 days, brother,
mm,
10 days, let's say 9 days. That's when training camp start. And if they want, technically he's still on the team. And if he walks through that door, they gotta
you
give him a
gotta pay him.
physical. They gotta
Well,
pay him. And they got to take him off the injury, the non-football list, because they got to give him a physical, and they can't cheat the man on the physical because if he passed the physical, that means they got to take him off the list, and they got to. What people don't understand, that's why I say read
uh,
between the lines. Don't listen to what people are saying. Think about this. Yes, they took his bonus, right? They took his roster signing bonus, but what people don't tell you is if he steps in that building and passes a physical, the 49ers still have to pay him $25 million a year. That's what they don't understand. If he ever comes off the non-football list and passes the physical, they still got to pay him his contract because they honored the contract. They took his signing bonus. They ain't take his contract that he can make during the year. But the $25 million that they supposedly took in the signing bonus went to
mm-hmm.
Mike Evans. That's why I say he's gonna play. He's just trying to get out of Washington. He's trying to get out of San Francisco to go to Washington. That's the Cowboys came out last week and said they'll trade for him. So
See,
somebody gonna try to go get him. Come
by
on,
the,
man.
but I appreciate what you're doing for our audience, but I think you messing up your trade
I
chances
don't
with
care
Sydney.
about that. Look. I
If
know
she's
she ain't gonna trade
listening,
him to me.
I'm listening.
and she is says she's
It's
listening,
fine.
you might be
It's
talking yourself
fine.
out of money.
Look, I don't care. It's cool. I know she ain't gonna trade him. It's all good. I'm just trying to inform the people of what it
And the
really is.
people appreciate it. That's why
That's
we
all I'm
tune
saying.
in to hear your mind. So,
So just don't let these ESPNs and sports channels tell you, oh, he's just nobody wants him and all this other stuff. I'm telling you, it's like an employee that don't show up on time, but he good at work. They're never gonna get rid of him because he's good at what he do. Oh, he could be late
oh,
every day of the week. Johnny is late every day, but you know
look,
what? Johnny is so good on that computer, though, boy. We
I
can't get rid of him.
mentioned Dead to me earlier in the show. The Steelers put up with him a long time because he put in that work. It
Thank
wasn't
you,
until in Tampa Bay even put up with him for a bit
because he was
until it
good.
got to the point. Because as long as you can produce, you can tolerate a lot.
Because I tell
So
you this,
yeah,
if Brandon, you go out there and put up 1,200 yards and 1,300 yards, who's gonna remember this?
no
Nobody.
one.
That's what I understand. It don't make sense to me. Like none of it makes sense. Like if I was a 49ers, I'd try to work it out.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I don't know why they
if it was
don't,
me,
but I've never
because
understood that front office. So
he's not in lock and step with them how things supposed to go around
he's
there,
not one of the
and they
good
want
old
him to be a
boys, if you will,
yeah.
with that
Boy.
team.
Let me tell you, boy, you in around
You
there.
gotta be in
No,
Shanahan's group.
it's called the Cabo Click. If you're
The
not in the
gobble.
Cabo Click,
You're right.
don't even worry about it. Being in the Cabo Click, you can't walk
You
around
can
in
do
that
no
region.
wrong.
Can't do no wrong. But look, man, you know what? I appreciate it, man. We are back, man,
All
and
right.
it was rocky. I ain't gonna say
It-
rocky, but
we had some. We still got to work out
but,
some more kinks, but we're back.
but
Um,
we back though.
we're gonna get this list out. And we'll stay tuned to social media, and we'll let y'all know our schedule because we're getting closer to that Hall of Fame game, and once that starts, we're every week. So,
So I'm just glad to be back. And the
always.
thing is, talking some football, man. That's always the thing, man. It's all love from the people. And sorry we didn't tell y'all. We just came up. We made a decision. What Monday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It was, oh well, we'll go on. So,
So,
but look, all love
but
y'all,
thanks
man.
for
Appreciate
tuning
that.
in. Love y'all. We'll be back.
Like and subscribe,
Hit like,
please.
hit subscribe. Tell your friends. Countdown clock
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
over
over
there.
your head.
Yeah,
It's over your
it's
head.
over there. I always get the
Yeah.
wrong hand. 55,
Okay.
55 days to go, and we are full on NFL action. So
Hey, let's
stay
get it.
tuned to R&J. We'll try to get y'all teams together. Peace out.